Okay, another day closer to Friday. We call it Friday Eve. And so I'm wondering when I said that yesterday, I was talking about it to myself. I wonder why we don't name Wednesdays.
We do.
You do.
No, not that one. We could call it Adam's Wednesday. That would be appropriate, I think, because Adam came before Eve, right?
Well, I thought you were talking about the Addams family.
That's with two M's.
Didn't they have a daughter named Wednesday?
Yeah. Yeah, got a TV show after her now.
At any rate, welcome to Thursday, the 7th of August. Good morning, I'm Rayford Brown, and I'm going to work at being mostly as nice as I can be today. You do not. You probably maybe better understand, though. But while I will work on being nice, the end result depends on you. I'm starting out as a former mean person.
Oh,
and what happens today, good or bad, is on you. So who are you?
I'm Chris Marks. I'm happy.
I'm heading for the door. I'm Lee Barrows.
Oh, but you're happy. Who are the other doors?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Sneezy.
Happy, sneezy,
sleepy.
snoozy, sleepy, whatever.
Is there a queen dwarf?
What?
Is there a queen dwarf?
That's Queen Latifah.
Maybe.
I don't think so. Rayford.
What?
You are so not right.
I know that. What's
That's
wrong?
like that
You got a
diet-
problem with it?
That diatribe you sent us last night.
The world's longest sentence.
The world's longest sentence, and it was all about installing a radio in a boat. And I'm like,
It was pretty obvious that I was pregnant last night.
pregnant with delirium.
All I know is
You don't
that I
even want to
didn't.
ask why, do you?
Well,
Now, I just said I'm not even answering.
when I read the part about the phone call, that was enough.
I don't remember parts about the phone call because I was so stuck on the fact that he was crumpled up like a ball underneath the dashboard of a boat and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, what? But his story was, that's not fair not to share.
Yes, it is, because he's laughing and I can't do this show alone. Because you left too.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Okay, let's slide on over to Jamesville.
Jamesville.
It's a little town in Martin County.
Speaking of Martin, that's weird you bring that up. Okay, go ahead.
It has fewer than 500 people, but they're all very proud. They were proud of themselves after managing to purchase a used ladder truck a few months back. This is a town with 464 people last count.
Wait a minute. Did they get it from Baxwell?
Tuesday evening, the truck caught fire while it was parked inside the community's fire station.
What?
Yeah.
The department's volunteers were assisted by firefighters from neighboring communities. A bunch of them brought the fire under control and were successful in containing that fire. Unfortunately, the fire apparatus they just bought 6 months ago suffered extensive damage. Luckily, no one was hurt, and the firefighters kept the blaze from spreading to other vehicles and to vehicles parked in the area and to other buildings in the area. So they did a good job getting it out. Don't know what the cause of the fire was. I don't know how the insurance was, and I'd like to know did they buy it from? Maybe somebody in Iraq or Iran or whatever.
I don't know, but I love what the fire chief said. We did what we do at fires.
That's right.
We put it out.
It's funny you bring that up because I watched a huge building. It was 100-foot by 100-foot building. It was bigger than that.
Building.
Yeah, it was a square building that housed e-bicycles
What
go
about
up
a
in
trickle?
flames
Oh, those
last
lithium batteries.
night. Yeah,
Somebody
in
put-
Commerce, California.
Did somebody put water on those that battery fire?
Well, there was it was a three-alarm
no,
fire
no.
and three-alarm fire,
Alarm of
and
fire.
it had all these ladder trucks out there. It appeared to be like water, but I'm sure it was probably not being. It was the lithium battery factory fire.
Did the blaze go up or down when they sprayed stuff on it?
All I could see was the smoke, mainly. And then as it went on, you could see pockets of fire. The whole roof was gone. I know that. But
Lost its top.
I'm like,
Hate it when that
e-bikes.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, some sad news. A medical transport plane crashed this week near an Arizona airport in northern Arizona, claiming the lives of all 4 people on board. The Navajo Police Department reports that the small dual prop, that's a twin-engine plane, y'all, crashed Tuesday near the municipal airport. The plane was en route to pick up a patient from a local hospital when it crashed and caught fire. The names of the victims have not been released. It's unclear what led to the crash. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating, and sometime within the next 5 years, they'll likely have a cause. According to police, the aircraft was registered to CSI Aviation, a medical flight service based in Albuquerque.
Oh, wow.
Those are some tragic things, and we read about helicopters because there are just so many medical helicopters in the sky these days.
Yes.
And I appreciate everything that they do, but these choppers, some of them are on the low end of the totem pole. They're all basically kind of small choppers, but some of them are not as sophisticated as others. They do what they can do, and I understand that. But good gracious, we read about too many of those helicopters going down.
Yeah,
It's really sad.
And it's with EMS units, transport units. We hear those involving crashes. Folks, take those headphones off your heads. Take your earbuds out of your ears and stick them somewhere else. Send me a note. I'll tell you where. When you're driving your car, don't put all that crap on so you can't hear the sirens coming on.
Or the radio full blast.
Thank you.
Or that boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, you got free reign to go to Curry Beach and lower your windows if you want to, so everybody can hear you, and put that bump, bump, bump out there. They got an ordinance there. If a cop hears you beyond you're outside of your vehicle, you get a ticket.
Well, I could have sworn we had one here.
That was a great. Well, you got a loud noise ordinance, but this is what. These do not classify as being loud noise, but if it can be heard outside your vehicle, it's interrupting the flow of traffic. So therefore, they decided to make it an offense. There's an ordinance, or it was 20 years ago. It was fun writing those tickets.
Wish they'd write some around.
There's no warning for that, by the way.
No?
No. You've been told.
One and done.
Yeah, you should know it. You drive down here, you better know it. So what's going on in your world?
Let's see. We opened up our 43rd school, Woodlands. Yesterday there was a ceremony out there, and like what Commissioner Foster said, we have this facility
It's beautiful.
for education, and we also have it for natural disasters. So
Yes.
It's another shelter. It's a
shelter.
All the schools that they're building now,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
making them to meet the specifications for to be a shelter
Yeah, we did
in case of a disaster.
a few weeks ago. The club, the Amateur Radio Club, we did tests from all of the primary and secondary locations
Oh, good.
with our handheld radios,
Mhm.
so we could make sure
Right.
there are in all of the primary facilities. There's an antenna mounted, so and it's permanently mounted there. So all we have to do is take a radio and show up and plug
Right.
it in, and we're done.
Right.
But we wanted to make sure that just in case we had to go to one of the secondary locations, they're overfilled or whatever, or one of them has a problem, that we don't have to worry about trying to set up antennas, that we can actually work with our little radios, handheld radios. And we worked on 2 different repeaters. Every ham radio operator went to every school in the county, and with a walkie-talkie, we're able to hit the 2 repeaters in question.
I don't
So
think
we can contact ourselves and therefore EMS headquarters, because
Right.
there are radios there.
I don't think a lot of people understand exactly how valuable this is to the community
Oh,
to
have that
have
school?
the ham radio club
Well, we know
be
that.
able to do this, because you are acting as the liaison between the needs to the emergency operations center, where you can actually if the communications were down, and if you had some kind of issue there at the shelter, somebody was sick, needed ambulance or whatever, you can actually contact the EOC. And people coming in needing help, you can contact the EOC.
In the beginning stages of a storm, when the power goes out, the cell towers will work. Unfortunately, you guys may or may not know, but half of those cell towers are automatically switched over for emergency communications with first responders.
Right.
They don't use them for everything else. And when Aunt Bessie gets on and talks for 45 minutes at a time to people all over the world, just let them know, hey, we're doing fine. No, you're tying up a very valuable channel. So let other people have a chance. But also, after a certain period of time, their generators stop because they don't have so much fuel there.
Yeah.
And in the height of a hurricane, they're not going to get refueled. That's just the way things are. Now, the reason for the amateur radio guys, the hams, to be in these shelters is not because they could put a deputy out there. They could put a firefighter out there. They could put an EMS person out there operating and taking up valuable space on the emergency communications radios.
Yeah.
So instead of just calling in and say, okay, we've got another 3 people here. We got a family of 4, 2 kids, ages, yada, yada, because they relay all this traffic back to EOC, somebody there. So they will have a log of everything that's going on. So they know when this place is full, we got a family of 8. We don't have space there. We got space. They need to know this stuff.
Yeah.
So they can tell them where to go.
Yes.
So
Yes.
That's one of the reasons there. And then, of course, if the their systems die, then we got enough people to put radios and a ham in every vehicle they're going to have out on the roads. We got plenty of them, and we got radios.
And
Everything.
We don't need their towers.
Everything that you can add to help ease and help during an emergency situation is golden.
And soon
Got
you'll
another
be
one.
adding another hammer.
Yeah, well, she's a hit right now.
I'm a hit right now.
You're a hit.
Ham in training.
Yeah. Now, kind of a
Ham in
cool
training.
thing that during, especially if it's a very long one, people in other parts of the country, we got a lot of Marine families here. The Marines may be on duty at the base. They may be on hurricane duty or whatever. They may not be here. But these people have got families all over the country, maybe all over the world at times. We will have set up, our club sets up what they call an HF system. We'll have several, including mine, will be set up to be able to talk to people in other states across the country, around the world. And these folks there will be ham stations set up, ham clubs. If we would operate something very similar here if a hurricane hits Florida.
Right.
And they don't have communications, and we got people around here who have got people in Miami. They can't talk to them. The phones are not working. They'll come here or they'll come to the club. They should know, or they will be told. We will tell them here, but they will be told otherwise. They can drop off a message. We will relay a message to these folks, and then we will call you when the message comes back. It may not be today, it may be tomorrow, but it will be relayed all the way down there to wherever this person is located.
So I think you're answering my question before I ask it, but I'll ask it anyway. Going back to the MASH television show where they were making connections between Korea to this state to this station to eventually get to the United States. Is that how ham would work the same way?
Well, yeah, but we can also go direct. I can go direct to England. I could go direct to the Miami Hurricane Center, National Hurricane Center at Miami. Because they're operating.
Right.
But yeah, generally speaking, you got somebody in Alaska, they will go through it. They will relay it all across the country. It might take 2 or 3 steps, 4 steps, but they will relay it. Then it will go back to them. We got message forms, and they fill out a message form.
Right.
We got contact information. Then we will reach these people and let them know, Chris is doing fine. He'll call you when everything's over, but no harm, no foul. It's called health and welfare.
That's wonderful.
I did that in 1964 when the Alaskan earthquake hit. They had no comms up there, as you can imagine. They had several hams operating stations up there, and we were in health and welfare traffic for days. They were our long range networks too.
Wonderful organization, folks.
It's a thing. If you want to have some fun, it's 99% of the time you're not going to be doing anything except having fun. But it's a lot of fun to be able to walk over sometimes and just, hey, well, yesterday on my way down to Stella, I talked to a guy in Mobile Bay from my Jeep.
So you and Lee are going to be able to just talk back and forth all day long.
We do anyway.
Well, I know, but this way through the ham radio.
We see.
Most of the time, she
Gotta
just
get one
stands
first.
outside our house and yells. You could hear her too. Yeah, right?
I was picking on Rayford. I so bad want to come down the road and just go breaker 19.
No, don't do that.
You know, which is CB, and don't do that.
No. You get banned when you do that. CB frequencies, the old CB frequencies are 11 meters, 27 megs, and we always joked around. We got CB filters in our radios. They filter out any calls from
You
CBers.
should remember back in the day, though, that was the popular thing.
Oh, I had one.
Yeah, I had
Oh,
one.
man, I loved it. Traveling.
I loved mine.
Traveling, I put one in. I've got one somewhere around here, a little tiny one.
Yeah.
And but I can also, for that radio over there, I can go on the CB bands if need be. If times of emergency, I can do marine channels too,
Let
whatever.
me see.
Hey.
Where did my weather?
Before
Come
you
back.
I mentioned before weather. Our number is 910-333-0139. Give us a call. We have Miller time coming
Yes,
today. We
he's going to be calling close to 8.
and we
also have a guest coming in.
We
around
do.
that
And
time.
speaking of hams, he's an offshoot of a ham.
Oh, we're not going to talk
Oh.
ham when he's in here.
No, he won't know what we're talking about. And he's probably, as a kid, he probably rebelled about it.
We probably like
Probably.
enough with the
Yeah.
ham radio stuff.
Yeah, but the daughter of one of our wonderful members of the Amateur Radio Club, Randy,
Yes.
his daughter just got licensed and she checked into the network Tuesday night.
Yes, she did. I heard her.
Mhm.
Congratulations.
Okie dokie, let's, where did I hide it up here? I did somewhere. I'm
I
sure
don't know.
I
Mine
did.
just disappeared. I had to bring it back up.
Got weak low pressure and or that what they call an inverted trough out there moving along the southeast coast into this weekend, bringing the potential for hazardous marine conditions. You're going to have to pay attention, y'all, to the current weather and sea conditions. That means like today. And remember that conditions can worsen without a lot of notice, even when you're out there. Don't get so far away that you can't get home.
Can they get more worse?
They can get more worse real faster.
That's right.
Offshore out to 20 nautical miles today. Northeasterly winds are forecast to be 10 to 15 knot, seas 2 to 4 feet, 8 seconds apart. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop. A chance of showers and thunder boomers. The forecast as we move forward is subject to change. Tomorrow's forecast could impact today's weather earlier than anticipated. And speaking of tomorrow, northeasterly winds kicking up 15 to 20, gusts to 25 knots. Seas kicking up 3 to 5 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. You probably don't want to try it. Sounds and rivers will be choppy, showers likely with a chance of thunder showers. And on Saturday, northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. Expect the seas to get bigger, especially in the vicinity of thunderstorms. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop.
Today, we have a chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high near 85, northeast wind 68 miles per hour. Tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 69. Friday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high near 85. And as Rayford said, the winds will increase miles per hour with gusts as high as 17. Chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high of 86. So we're going to go from mostly cloudy to partly sunny by the weekend.
The live and local weather spotter, speaking of amateur radio, from the Onslow Amateur Radio Club this morning. Randy out there in Southwest, when he and his trusty pal Boomer are walking the hood. Actually, he was in his golf cart with Boomer this morning. He's got a radio mounted in his golf cart. 71 degrees at the time, 1.14 inches of rain. Not too far from Randy, we find Lee, the other one. And no, he didn't call in this morning. Whoops, we're missing the Lee.
Yes.
On River Bend, Dale reported 72 degrees and 0.89 inches of rain. Moving from up to the borough, out to the borough, Joe was checking in with 73 degrees and 0.72 inches of rain.
Joe.
And the live and local studios right here, our very own Lee, she ran outside when she got here. She checked. It was 68 degrees. It's now up to 69. And at the L&L weather station, it is 69. And we recorded 0.47 inches of rain yesterday and last
Well,
night.
let me tell you a
It was
story.
thundering last night.
Let me tell you a story this morning. I'm listening to all you gentlemen talk about, give your numbers. So I walked over to my weather station. I said, oh my, I'm going to need a boat this morning. My rain gauge was showing 12.45 inches of rain. And I'm like, what? But what had happened was,
It got stuck.
no, last night I went to reset it because the time and date were wrong. So I reset everything and I didn't pay attention to the rain gauge. You can set it for different calculations. And it was showing a total over a period of time instead. But once I set it back, I had 0.49.
About the same thing it was here. Then.
I was
Okay,
like, I
cool.
had to get the boat.
For the National Hurricane Center, while we're at it off to our southeast, we have
Yes.
disturbance number 1. Current predictions are for it to move northward, likely turning towards the northeast as it gets closer to the coast of North Carolina. That'll be good because if it stays northward, we got it. There is strong possibilities that further formation will occur, and that will produce a tropical system of one sort or another. That may not happen until late this weekend into next week. Well worth watching, as those with experience will tell you that things can change in a matter of hours. Back to the southeast. In the eastern part of the South Atlantic resides disturbance 2. It has a lot of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. The smart guys at the Hurricane Center give it a 60% chance of becoming a tropical storm within the next 5 days. It's likely going to develop a westward course in the early stages. This is one we better watch. There's plenty of wide open, warm ocean to develop. It's still early in the 2025 season, but it's not too early to take inventory of what you have on hand in the way of non-perishable foods. No need to panic. Don't get upset. There's plenty of time for that later if it becomes necessary. For those who have never been through a tropical system, they are different than tornadoes or earthquakes and have no resemblances whatsoever to those winter blizzards you put up with in Chicago and New York. You can find severe weather plans in various places online. Be sure to check the National Weather Service and the National Hurricane Center for ideas on how to develop a what-in-case plan. Some places will give you all sorts of weird stuff. We'll post material. We'll get all that material together and post it on our Facebook page in the next day or so. But it will come from official sources, not some Yahoo. Best to know what you have on hand first, though. If you've got canned products, check the expiration dates. Might be time to cook what you have, eat it, or freeze it.
I need new Spam.
And make a list of what you will need before you panic. Shop for the stuff you'll never use, even if you get hungry. You don't go buying a bunch of stuff that you wouldn't use even if you're hungry, okay? It's a waste of time. Okay, back to regular non-emergency programming.
Okay, Steve, I did a little research about Pam Bondi and that list, and I found 4 times that she had mentioned the list.
Did she refer to it as a list every time?
Yes.
Did she have referred to it as files?
No, she referred to it as a list that the Democrats had a list. The DOJ had a list. There was a list sitting on her desk that then was referred to as a file. So since she said list,
she said the Democrats and the DOJ have a list.
Yeah.
So she hadn't seen the list.
Words matter.
Words matter. That's the 4 that I.
So do the Democrats have a list? You just said she said the Democrats had a list.
Yeah. That's what the research found.
Wow.
So if the Democrats had a list, why haven't they revealed it? You would think that if it was.
Remember Jennifer yesterday mentioned that.
Yeah. If it had been good for the Democrats, I'm sure they would have released it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning it would have been bad for the president.
Yeah.
If the DOJ had a list, first of all, where did the Democrats get a list if they didn't get it from the DOJ?
Well,
And I can understand the Democrats getting a list from the previous folks at the DOJ. So was that list still in existence at the DOJ? If it is, Pam Bondi should have it.
a lot of the lists that people are talking about are flight logs.
Yeah.
And the flight logs mean absolutely
Zero.
other than
Yeah, I agree.
somebody may have been on a plane,
You know,
a private plane.
I've flown military a bit, both as for official, but also as a reporter.
Mhm.
For junkets and doing this and that and doing whatever. They put me on this list all the time. Whenever I'm going to get on a plane, but sometimes that plane doesn't happen.
Mhm.
They put me on a list days or weeks in advance when I send my name in along with everybody else. I'm on a list, but that I don't ever get on the plane, not ever. I get on some of the planes, but I'm on the list for every time I'm scheduled to fly, even though that flight might not happen.
Well,
I don't know. I just don't count on airline lists except for the planes. I don't even count on chartered airline flights. The list there, they're gonna put on there what they want to put on there. But for a typical airliner, Delta, United, well, United's kind of out of the picture right now. They had some problems.
was that United or American?
I think it was United, wasn't it?
Was it American had problems last night, right, Lee?
No, we'll check.
Yes, United Airlines. I'm
United.
sorry.
It was
They
United.
shut down completely
Computer
United?
issues.
across the
United.
nation.
Okay.
It was United.
Who is that? Oh.
Yeah.
That's my phone.
Okay.
Making a weird. Why?
Made it birdies.
United Airlines
Okay.
cut down all their flights between
But
major hubs.
Those guys, they'll even go through and check you to be sure because they got you at the gate. They got your ticket counter. They got you at the gate. They got you when you get aboard the plane. They got you before they close it or when they close the door. They go by and still check you. There are a couple of reasons for that. One is, well, you're not on the plane. What happened to you? Where are you?
Right. No.
And then they will call up. We're boarding. We're closing the gate here. We're closing the doors. And you're there. And they'll make the announcement. You always hear those when you're waiting for flights. But there are some people that they don't make the connection. There have been several times I haven't made the connection. And I'm sure that I wasn't on their list today, took me off, because that's what they do when they run up and down
Yeah.
the aisles.
Anyway, that's and it was generated by AI. And the reason I bring
Fake
that up,
intelligence.
I was on a Zoom security call yesterday for a couple of hours, and come to find out that when you're on the Zoom call, AI will also provide you a transcript of the conversation from the beginning to the end of the whole conversation. Everybody's whatever they talked about.
So did what you said come out as to what you said? Was it more accurate than when you're talking to your phone?
It was 85% accurate.
About what you get on talking
Yeah.
to your phone, right?
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
got you.
It was 85%. So, it's
I did not have.
no, neither did he.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what AI said.
Well, so anyway, I
Why don't you ask AI somewhere in there? Because if you Google AI is into Google now, right?
Let's go to
So why don't you
chat.
ask him if Bill Clinton had sex with Monica Lewinsky?
Okay, I'm going to do that right now.
while Lee does that, I want to make a great announcement. Great announcement.
How is Kathy?
She's good. She's doing
That
good.
wasn't the announcement, though, right?
Well, no, it has to do with Kathy because she's a big part of Reese honoring our fallen
Oh,
veterans.
yeah. Okay.
Reese honoring our fallen veterans has gone over the 1,000 Reese.
Yay.
Thank you, folks.
Yes, thank
Oh,
you so
y'all.
much. I posted it last night. So for the veterans, Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery, we have 1,001 wreaths. Now that would be wreaths honoring our fallen veterans.
Mhm.
That same group for Onza Memorial Park, we have 163.
Mhm.
Excellent.
The total for the Veteran Cemetery, though, on a sad note, is 1,800. So, yesterday, last night while I was mowing grass in the rain. It hit me.
I'll be doing that today.
You got to get it done. I don't know that President Trump would take me up on this bet, but I'd like to make a bet with him.
Uh-oh.
One-on-one golf match, because he likes to play golf. I'm going to play him golf straight up. He gets to play with all his clubs. I'll play with one. And if I beat him, which I will, he'll find the funding for those wreaths.
Okay, here's where your problem is. What you just said is forever being heard by Secret Service.
Yeah.
If I beat him with my club.
Oh.
Is that not what you said? Not in those exact words, but not in that order.
We'll play it back. Yeah,
I couldn't do it, Chris. I'd be so distracted by all the Secret Service guys.
He'd be uptight end, you know.
Okay,
Would you pick that up for me?
I will play with just my driver.
Okay,
What's his name?
This is really.
Lee Trevino.
We need to stop.
I'd like to make just a challenge.
Oh, there you go. I
Just
think
a
we should
challenge.
send it
I
to
don't
him.
think he'd pick up on all the words that
Go
you
on.
say that I will.
Let's go on Truth Social and send him a message.
I'm just going to call.
Yeah, good luck getting through. You'd be better off to send him a message on Truth Social because he'll read that before anything else.
Well, if you send him that little clip of what you just said, he will get the message.
So who's that guy in the suit at the door wearing the sunglasses?
There will be, because those are the guys up there listen to the same words that I listen to, and they say, okay, what did he really mean by that? We're going to go ask him.
Well, I got your answer to your question from the chat from AI.
Uh-huh.
All right. AI says, yes, Bill Clinton had an affair with Monica Lewinsky
But did he
during
have sex?
his presidency. Well, I asked if he had sex, and they said, yes. Bill Clinton had an affair with Monica Lewinsky. Well, that is sex, what they did.
I don't know what they did.
The relationship became widely publicized and was a central issue in the impeachment proceedings against him in the late 1990s. And let me see.
There were so many openings there.
Well, they said the media coverage of the Clinton-Lewinsky affair had a significant impact on public opinion. You think?
We ought to get.
Want to call Monica?
Yeah, we talked about that for days and weeks and months. Did you hear what the president did? We're a nation of gossip mongers. We love gossip, don't we?
No.
Yes, you
I
do.
will give you some, though. An Onslow County woman was arrested after an investigation. This is making news everywhere. I just didn't have a chance to get to it this week.
Yeah.
She's arrested after an investigation shows she intentionally drove her car into her ex-husband's car while her children were with her. Uh-oh.
I would say
24-year-old Sharon Leslie was arrested by deputies this week. According to the warrants, Leslie crashed her Chevrolet Traverse, I guess that's how you pronounce it, into her ex's car while he was driving it. The warrants say Leslie's two children, who are both under the age of 16, were inside her car when she crashed. Leslie was charged with 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, 2 counts of misdemeanor child abuse, and the misdemeanor crime of domestic violence. I assume she was also charged with a traffic offense or 2. She was initially jailed without bond on the domestic violence charge. Let me explain to y'all about domestic violence. You get arrested. There is no bond set. Let me just give you an example. You get arrested on a Friday night and Monday is a court holiday.
Tuesday before you see
You
the
will
judge.
be in jail. You cannot get out until Tuesday when you see the judge. At that time, bond will be set. There's a cooling off period involved in this. Whatever it is.
Sure enough.
Unfortunately, way too often, the men catch it I've got a kitty cat up there that will reach down and slap a dog when he walks by just to see what the reaction will be. And yes, the cat is a she. She likes to do things like that. Not comparing, and not to make light of the domestic violence, but there are women who will be involved. And the deputies, even the male deputies, when they show up, will generally take the word of the female
Right.
first.
And not all the time is the female innocent.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you do in a situation when you go and she's got a mark on her face and said he hit me, but
You mean like that scratch on your right forearm right there?
that was gardening. Oh man.
Or it could have been somebody hit you that you were seeing out there
Right,
outside,
right.
and a friend of yours,
Well, the
right?
thing about it is, what?
A friend of yours, it could have hit you.
I try to stay away from all
I
that.
mean, you
drama.
could have made that claim though, could you not?
Yeah, it's true. But
And they're
Let
going
me
to
tell
believe you too.
going back to the days when I did private investigations, we had a lot of domestic cases. Worst
No.
cases to have.
Yeah.
Where my husband's out seeing somebody else or vice versa, whatever. I would
You need to
find
follow him.
that most of the time I didn't blame the guy, because our client, the ones we were, they were crazy.
You will
women.
never be seated on a domestic case jury. I can tell you that right now.
They
You say
were
that.
crazy women. Some of them I thought he needs to go as far as he can. This woman is crazy, but you'll learn when you're dealing with something like that. It's not always the men. There's some crazy women out there, like this woman who felt like she had to drive into her husband's car.
Uh-huh.
She must have been very angry at him for something, but it doesn't mean that. I don't know the situation.
I don't either.
He could have deserved it coming, but with the kids in the car,
No.
Could have got a baby.
You
Kids
cannot
in
do
the
that.
car.
Call the cops if there's some kind of a problem like that.
Yeah.
You call the cops.
Oh, exactly. But
Mm.
what I meant was, the kids in the car is what bothers me.
Yeah, well, that makes it a really
If-
bad felony too.
If you want to bang your head up against the steering wheel and hurt your husband, that's
Call a
on you.
babysitter.
But the kids in the car, no, that was a bad decision all the way around.
Irresponsible,
Yes,
illegal, felonious. What else can we
But
do
you know
there?
what surprised
Immoral.
me was the no bond.
No, domestic violence is no bond.
I know, but what I'm saying is when you look at the domestic violence, the bond rulings versus some of these arrests for vicious crimes, and they have bond.
No.
The bond system, the judicial system when it comes to bonds and bail is crazy. And I know
decades ago they came out with the system dealing with domestic violence. If
Yes.
you are arrested for domestic violence, you cannot be released from jail until a judge releases you,
I agree with that.
places you on bond.
I
And
agree.
Magistrate's not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. The reason is, at one time, police officers would respond to a fight, a domestic fight, where there's violence, whatever. They show up, their hands were tied. It's a misdemeanor, basically.
Right.
Okay. He slapped her, she slapped him, whatever. It's a misdemeanor. Her word, his word. He said, she said, the cop's there. I didn't see it. He cannot make an arrest at that time. You could not make an arrest. You could take the woman or the man to the magistrate's office. She or he could tell their story. And if the magistrate saw fit, he could issue a warrant.
Yeah, yeah.
But it had to be done by a judge, a magistrate.
Mhm.
And then you could go back and arrest the other person. Unless they're in the process of fighting when you get there, then you're witnessing what's going on.
Right.
But the problem with that is sometimes magistrates say, well, it doesn't look that bad. I'm not going to issue a warrant. Or even if they do issue a warrant, it's a misdemeanor, post bond, or release on your own recognizance. And then you're really ticked off,
Mhm.
especially if there's alcohol involved. And how often is that?
Absolutely.
Most of the time.
Most time.
And then you go back home and you're going to get even. Women have died. Men have died. Males who assaulted the women, when they come back ticked off, there's a wife who's been hurt waiting for him. Bang. So what do you do? So the North Carolina legislature, they went through this around and around and around. This is probably the least worst acceptable possibility that they could come up with. And it has reduced the number of homicides and domestic violence as a follow-up. It will not stop them in the first place, but as a follow-up, they don't come back later often. We had one here that did a few years ago.
Yes. Tragic. I'm all for the no bond for domestic violence. Just what I'm saying is, so you look at taken away from that, you look at some of this other stuff that people have allegedly done, and they're locked up and they're released on bond, and they've shot somebody, they've killed somebody, they're on bond. I just don't get the bond system. Someday we're going to get the judge in here.
Well, we can do that.
Explain a lot of that.
We can do that, but basically the rule of thumb.
Well, I know all about the rule is right.
Unless there's some indication that they're going to leave, run away, or continue their active criminal activity, if they've got a history of it, if they're out on bond already and they commit a crime, the second bond's going to be much higher. It should be. That's the way it should be. But unfortunately, that's not always the case either. And if they've been a good person and they get caught up in something stupid, okay, he's a businessman. What has he got to lose if he runs? Everything. And they will do a bond that is attainable, and they release him. And they sit down and pray and hope, like the devil, that he doesn't do anything stupid again. Unfortunately, there are going to be the few out there who do go out and continue to commit crimes like that. Yes. The ones that I get are those who break into houses, who have a history of breaking into houses, may have a bracelet on.
Right.
Yeah.
And they go out and break into another house and get caught at it. No, there should be no bond on that.
The whole bonding system is something that I just think it needs to be restructured. Just for instance, the people on social media platforms are still upset over the fact that this woman who crossed the center line hit the young man from the Onslow County Sheriff's Office head on, and it killed him.
She's in jail right now, serving 2 weeks. I just saw her in the jail right
15 days.
15 days.
Yeah.
But they're outraged. But I really do believe, I wasn't in court, I don't know, seeing the papers, I do believe there was probably some reason why, a technicality, that they could not go further with those charges. Because it seems very unlikely that if she was under the influence of amphetamine, that it did cause, etc. There's something else there. And I know a lot of people want to blame the DA's office. They want to blame the judges. But I can't see them just saying, okay, 15 days in jail and 2 years unsupervised probation. There's got to be more in the paperwork in all that. Well, something is keeping it from going.
It's going to have to be whatever the deal was that they made, and why did they make the deal? And so, in some of those cases, it's going to be, my God, my evidence here is really, really thin.
Yes.
There are extenuating circumstances. Let me just do a DWI case or a case that could happen real easy like.
Right.
You're involved in a wreck. This is a joke thing that came out as a joke some time ago. You're involved in a wreck. It could be a he said, she said, who's at fault, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's really hurt. So the guy that obviously you would think is at fault, he's driving the car, and it could go either way when the police get there. Once you're some distance away, and everybody's nervous. Everybody's really nervous. So the guy that was likely at fault, he says, man, I think you need a drink. You need to calm down. Have a beer.
Wow.
While you're waiting for the police. Oh, are you going to have one too? No, I'm going to wait for the officer.
See.
There are all sorts of things that people got to look at when you're dealing with situations.
One sentence that I read when the news story came out was proving beyond a reasonable doubt. That one sentence right there made me think that something somewhere in all of that, it could have been that maybe the test was inconclusive. Maybe it was prescription medicine. Maybe it was somebody dropped the ball somewhere.
How about she admitted, okay, I did this.
She's no contest, right?
But And then what, you got amphetamines in your system? Well, I took the pill as soon as I had the wreck because I
That's
was
right.
all upset, uptight.
That's right.
Well, then that would have to be proven that you did not.
There's something there because there's something there that we're not aware of, and we weren't part of the trial. I don't know if they would release the transcripts from that case. There's something there that kept them from pursuing further charges.
Okay, Mr. Officer, the defense attorney is going to ask, Mr. Officer Marks, when you arrived on the scene, was my client, you've got him charged with DWI. What was he doing when you got there? He poured himself a drink and was drinking it.
Yep.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Prove otherwise.
Well, I just a lot of things about
I agree with both of you. I mean, in this case, there's probably something there.
And some of the reasons that people are really upset, and which makes me upset too, we had a really good young man in law enforcement die.
Yes.
At no fault of his own.
Right.
Okay. That's a tragic loss for the community, for the family, obviously for him.
Agree.
I don't know anything else. I ran her record.
Right.
There was nothing there.
Right. We don't know the circumstances. We just know the case went to court. She pled no contest. She got 15 days and 2 years unsupervised, right?
Yes.
Probation.
Feeling no contest is not an admission of guilt.
That's right. That's right. So, to all of us looking at the story, we're thinking 15 days.
Yeah.
A life was lost, but I'm like you, Rayford, there's got to be something within.
I look at all sides. I just play the devil's advocate for everything. And good God, and we all should do that. We all should examine and say, this is not like the district attorney's office here.
Right.
It might be in some podunk place somewhere else, but it's not the way.
Kentucky.
Well, not just they hang them in Kentucky for shoplifting.
Just thinking of that one case.
But you should use a little common sense. Say that,
absolutely.
there's got to be something here.
There's got to be something. Don't be so quick to get on social media and start blasting the court system and the judges unless you actually know the full.
Yeah.
And I have to find myself. I have to pull back too.
Right.
There is something.
Well, I think what initiates most of what we see on social media is media. And when I say that, the story after it was told, obviously you're a family member, you just lost a loved one.
Yeah.
They make this kind of deal, plea agreement, whatever. You don't feel justified for your loved one.
I understand
and
that
so
completely.
So that story generates what's now being done on the different social media pages.
Now, here's the other thing that the scales here, those balance scales that chick's holding up.
Yeah.
Right there, supposed to be even, right?
Supposed to.
And then when we go back to this young man that came by here to pick up the paperwork the other day, Kevin Smith.
Yes.
Kevin spent almost 6 years in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have all the charges, and most of what were involved were misdemeanor, hiring a hooker.
Right.
And the claim was that he beat him up and robbed him.
Yeah.
I never went to trial. Locked up in a county hotel, county jail. Almost 6 years.
How do you not
And then
notice
it
that?
gets arrested in Onslow County based upon information supplied by an investigator from another county's sheriff's office, who goes here to get the warrant to get this guy arrested in Onslow County. Hopefully they could try him in Onslow County. Therefore, he would look guilty already in the other county.
Yeah.
But he spent 6 years of his entire life. 6 years. Okay, let's suppose he lives to 80. You did a math on that one.
Yeah.
What percentage of that is his life? About 8%.
Yeah.
Well, really? So he's lost 8% of his life.
Well,
And they tossed the case.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it went away. It had to go away.
And that wasn't all that was lost. Somebody lost some.
Well, he's back in position of authority.
Really?
Yeah, just
The
found this out.
investigator who got busted down to.
Yeah, the one that the judge here said, this looks like a whole bunch of lies to me.
Got busted down to what, patrolman or something? Now he's back an investigator again? Unions.
Well, we're talking about
Working on
this one. That accident. No, I'm sorry. It is not an accident.
right.
Not an accident.
Thank you.
The man who was driving the boat with 40 empty.
Oh, we got that one coming up too.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
we've got that story.
Okay.
But real quick, going back before we go to that one, you want to talk about cases. I talked to Chris yesterday on the phone, and I was like, I've been watching this court case in Georgia.
Yeah.
Nicholas Casadas, who killed his wife, but he dismembered her and threw body parts out on a hunting trail
Are you sure that was recent? Because we had one here in the 70s.
a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But
Over in
anyway,
Bayshore. Remember that?
I'm keeping an open mind, but we're in day 3, and I've already he guilty. They have got him
Just
on.
keep talking. You'll never get on the jury.
Well, they've got him on video, on camera at the Home Depot, buying the plastic tubs
Yeah.
that he used to put her body parts in,
And
that he left at the scene of the crime, and
You
he also.
have to be bright to commit murder.
Also, they have him on camera buying the knife he used to chop through her bones.
Now you're talking about stupid.
And then they also have people, these newer vehicles all have tracking systems in
Maybe
them.
somebody stole his car and
It was a
stole
Ford
his knife and
Explorer.
stuff.
And they've got
That's
the
my
whole
story.
tracking system of him in the area, stopping here. Oh, that's where they found the leg. Oh, in this area, stopping there. That's where they found the torso. But look, which I can handle all that except for the medical examiner yesterday
Here it comes.
when he was talking about the torso.
Let
I don't know if I should even talk
I
about
got to go
this.
get a garbage bag for you
Go
because you're
ahead.
going to need it.
He was talking about the torso, and he said it was very hard to determine where it was cut from the neck because of the tissue in the skin, because animals had gotten into the torso, eating the heart and half the lung. I'm like, I'm done.
The one over here in Bayshore, a woman
I'm
disappeared,
done.
and her family in another country.
Guilty.
It's a Marine's wife.
Right.
Family in another country said do a health and welfare check. She's not responding to our calls, so they got involved. Police did, and I guess they broke him down. I can't remember exactly how it worked, but he cut her up, wrapped her up in a sheet, took her up to Craven County, and spread her out. And we had a whole bunch of us looking up there for body parts and pieces and stuff, and the animals had gotten into them and had
Yes, yeah.
scattered them here, there, and everywhere. So found a big chunk
Were
of
they-
them.
they
and,
did-
and some. What did I get? I got a ring and a bracelet, maybe, or whatever.
Yeah.
So that didn't go away, and this was before the days of DNA.
There's a whole bunch more evidence that leads it right back to him. He's a former naval JAG officer. But what gets me,
Well, then
he's
he was stupid.
stupid.
they should
He's sitting-
remove that rank from him.
He's sitting there at the defense table writing stuff down like, yeah. Oh, he's trying to claim that being that he was a former attorney and he still is or whatever. And that he's got these people that are hunting for him and threatening him and his family.
Oh God!
And he's trying to put it all on these imaginary people. And I'm like, you sick man.
La,
Just
la, la,
skip
la,
the
la,
trial, go straight to the chamber. I mean, this guy's guilty.
You know, if in my perfect courtroom for murder cases,
Guilty. You're off the
in my
jury.
perfect
Okay.
courtroom, once he's guilty, step onto this little square. We put the noose around. It comes down out of the ceiling. Put the noose around your head, and then we pull the trap door. Then
Yeah.
they can cut you loose down below.
Be day 3. The judge be going, now, has anybody seen any media on this or blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
I say, no, Your Honor, but he's guilty. Juror 3, you may step down. Okay, bye.
But you,
Because he's guilty.
Rayford, you just brought up a good point. And I'm a big, I love Bonanza, Gunsmoke, all the old westerns and stuff. And nowadays, they before Gunsmoke comes on, they have this warning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
violence and disturbing scenes.
yeah.
Guns.
Okay, let's face it. Back in those days, you were hung.
Yep.
You have a horse thief, you hung. You kill somebody, you go to jail. You get found, or you're found guilty.
You would be hanged faster for stealing a man's horse than you were for killing him, because if you said he needed killing, that was your defense. And
I know one of your favorites. I believe it's one of your favorites. I know it's one of my. Hang 'em high.
Oh, absolutely.
Hang 'em high. I'm making so much noise over
No,
here.
hang 'em high, and a lot of hanging was going.
It was.
Yeah, but that was the penalty back. That was the punishment back then.
That's the way things were.
And now, I guess in some states you're given the opportunity to pick the way you want to be.
Yeah, because
executed.
they some people were screaming and hollering and carrying on. How did you tie that thing in a knot around the microphone?
That's what they say.
Look at that.
I know.
Oh.
Anyway, there were so many complaints about, okay, we can't get the right drugs.
Right.
The drugs are not effective. The drugs are this, the drugs are that. And
they suffer too long.
They suffer too long. Well, not if you take enough. And you can't get the drugs. There's a special cocktail you got to have, right? No, we got plenty of drugs. They seize it at the border every day. It's called fentanyl. Just give them about a triple shot.
Yeah.
One and done.
And I'm not sure.
We got plenty of it.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, well, fortunately, none of us in the room, including our guest that just came in, none of us are criminals that I know of.
Not yet.
Not yet. Nothing that would get to that degree.
Haven't been caught.
I don't know. I'd want a firing squad.
There might be somebody that might be missing and hitting things before the right one got there. I'd want to see their targets beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Before I'd say, yeah, I want these. Could you pick the people that you want to do the shooting? That would be the thing. I want the best marksman out here, not somebody that's he might miss 5 times out of 6 or something, or hit non-vital. Oh no, Gary Gilmore, if you remember him, he was the first person executed after the Supreme Court said, okay, you can go back to executing people who richly deserve it now. And he chose the firing squad out there in Utah.
Yeah.
And that was a major case.
Sure was.
So,
yeah.
And then the first person executed in North Carolina after that came to being was a woman, a grandmother.
Yeah.
I was up there when she got it.
Barfield, Velma.
Velma Margie Barfield.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah.
I got the Barfield right. I thought she was Thelma.
Velma.
Yeah, like on Scooby-Doo.
I'm thinking of Thelma and Louise.
No. Velma like Scooby-Doo.
River's like, stop talking. We have a guest in the studio.
I'm not sure he's wondering that we're all together.
I know his name.
This is Marcus Covey. Welcome, Marcus, into the studio.
Great to be here.
And you are with the Lion and Lamb Production Company. We got a message last night.
I don't know what lion tastes like, but lamb's pretty good.
I don't like lamb. We got a message last night from someone that we all know named Alan Covey.
Doesn't he have another name?
Dad.
KN4HGR?
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I sneaked that in on you.
he sent a message that about Marcus in this. Now, do you own the production company?
Not own. I definitely am a big part of it. Definitely sit on the board with a lot of other members, but helped start it with my wife and quite a few other people involved in our company. But what we wanted to do was bring something that was faith and family friendly entertainment right here to Eastern North Carolina.
Yay.
Awesome.
And just like this program, we're live and local. So we wanted to bring something live right, in people's backyard.
Live productions are absolutely the best.
And our first production we did was back in April called Through Their Eyes. We had a Bible-based production that told the story of Jesus' life through the eyes of his disciples, and it was an original production, a musical with songs that had never been heard, and a script that was written by Hannah Melton and my wife Holly Covey as well. So that one we had a cast of 65 people for the very first production. So ages all the way from 4 all the way up into their 70s of people who wanted to bring that story to, the stage, and it was very well received. We had over, I think, 600 people come and see that show.
Seriously?
Absolutely.
It's Chris Miller. So what we're going to do is just take a pause and let our sports editor talk a minute, and then we get right back.
I think, a matter of fact, you could probably talk this young man into coming out and trying out some of these parts. If you got anything that needs to have someone like a sports guy or a reporter who does. Chris Miller. Hey, Chris, I'm volunteering you.
Hey, Chris.
You're not volunteering. You're voluntold.
Well, in my world, that's the way it works.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, no. Sir, yes, sir.
Well, good morning, everybody. Marcus, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing great, sir.
And then good show as always, and appreciate you having me call in. Rayford, I think, is it football season yet?
Yes, sir. The weather feels like it. Almost. It's just a little humid. But.
Yeah, well, word has it they're going to cancel the high school football season due to lack of interest.
Well, let me see. I need to call 455-3113 and reserve a room because I'm getting ready to go down there.
Wasn't that just the Cardinal game, the Cardinal team that was going to do that? I'm asking the man.
I can attest to the fact that they're still out there practicing.
Cardinals are a state bird. You cannot mess with the state birds.
That's right.
Well, I wonder. Chris is out there. I'm sorry, Chris. Chris is out there, scouting all the teams and stuff. Lee's just over here with the binoculars scouting the tight ends of the Cardinals.
Somebody's got to keep charge.
Well, I told you, opponents of the Cardinals. I don't think they do that now because people kind of caught on. But people of the Cardinals were notorious for parking at that little gas station across from school and breaking out the binoculars
66
and seeing what they're doing in practice. So I think they caught on. I mean, that hasn't happened in many years, but there were some people who had too much time on their hands that used to do that.
Well, the coach has asked me to help him out to make sure nobody's doing it, so I'm now flying drones overhead.
Chris, I read something on your X account, and I'm extremely upset. Let me go ahead and get it out here now. It says, in a stunner, Havelock is the coach's pick to win the Coastal 5A, 6A conference title this year in football.
Well, don't get mad at me, Chris.
Rayford, we need
Chris is just reporting. Don't blame the messenger. He's reporting what the coaches did.
And Lee finished the tweet. Well, I was a little bit of a smart, in that post.
The preseason player of the year, Captain Obvious. I didn't see that part. Yeah. All right, let me see. Where's Jacksonville?
Well, Jacksonville's not in that conference. It's
that's right.
Where have you been?
Look, I was thinking they were playing Havelock. No, Jacksonville's what, 7 now?
Yeah, Jacksonville's in a different conference. They're in the same conference. I mean, they're still with New Bern and the Greenville schools. But White Oak is going to be in that conference now. They're Swansboro was supposed to be in that conference, but just some things worked out the other way. So yeah, Havelock's in the conference with like Croatan and Swansboro, Richlands, and Dixon. So Northside is in that conference with Havelock.
Yeah, we have 4 of our schools in that conference.
So there's the Havelock Rams.
Want to fight us.
Pretty much everybody else in that conference. So I had a little fun with it, and I think I had that story talking about. I forget about the elephant in the room. There was let's talk about the ram in the room because, like you said, there's Havelock.
Ram.
Sheep.
I had a little fun with that, but no, Jacksonville. Jacksonville's picked to finish tied for second in their conference with New Bern. J.H. Rose is picked to win that conference. So White Oak is second to last. But they have a chance to prove some people wrong this year.
Yeah, I think it was between West Carteret and New Bern last year that we were going back and forth with them. Those
I
were
don't
our
know.
two biggest teams.
That was a year ago.
No, it was New Bern, Havelock, and Jacksonville.
That's right.
During the season, they all kind of beat each other up, and then all finish first with each other, and then Jacksonville beat Havelock in the playoffs in the third round of the playoffs last year. So Jacksonville and Havelock won't play each other this year. They do scrimmage, but they won't play in a game this year, which is unfortunate because it's two great teams. But I think the Cardinals will be fine this year.
Any predictions yet on the season opener for Jacksonville?
Well, I'm actually going to be producing. I've actually already wrote the story, but haven't published it yet about my predictions. But I'll give a little spoiler. I think Jacksonville will finish 7-2. I think they're going to lose to New Bern and J.H. Rose, and then win the rest of the game. So it'll be interesting to see how they do, and the kids, the players and the coaches always have fun with predictions. And there's been a few times where maybe a coach or a parent maybe took it a little bit too seriously. But if it's all in fun, and if they use it as motivation, but in a fun and lighthearted manner, then that's what it's about.
So is J.H. Rose, are they playing here? Is New Bern playing here this year?
I think the game, I have to go back and check. I can give that to you here in 1 second. But the Jackson, they will play each other back-to-back weeks. I think it's the first 2 games of the conference schedule. So that'll be very interesting. And then we'll see how it goes after that.
Okay. How many spare tires do they have for the buses?
I'm nervous already.
If they don't show up on time, they lose, right?
Well, I don't know if you remember, but last year on their way to New Bern, the Cardinals, one of their buses did have some mechanical issues. They had to stop near Debbie Park. I actually passed them and pulled over too, just to make sure they were okay. But they got to the game a little bit late because of mechanical issues. Let's see. They are at New Bern on October 3rd, and then they will host J.H. Rose on October 10th.
Okay.
So there's those 2 games right there. Big. Those are big games to decide the championship.
October 10th was my grandmother's birthday, so that we're going to win.
We have time, Chris.
We have time.
That's all I'm saying.
We'll get them.
Well, I already know that if they pick the all-conference team, that the tight ends for the Cardinals will be Lee's choice.
I know.
Yeah.
I kind of like the running backs too.
Okay. Once again, the tackles, the offensive line, Chris, the offensive line and defensive line, they get, other than your reporting on them, Lee leaves them out.
Leaves them.
Yeah.
I am acutely aware of every member on that team and what they do and how
Did
they
you say
add to
you're
the
aware of
sport.
every kid member of that team?
No, I didn't say kids. I
I
just
said
said
cute member.
acute.
You said you are aware of
Acute.
every.
It's a pun. It's a pun of words. Chris,
Hey,
help me out.
cute.
She said
Move on.
she said they were cute, right?
Let's just move on.
Okay,
August 22nd,
there you go.
season
It was
opener.
rock and roll.
Jacksonville High School, let's be there.
Chris, everybody wants Chris Miller in the house at the games. They do.
Yes.
Yeah,
They do.
everybody does.
I can attest to that.
Right.
But you have the tough job of picking out what game you're going to be at each week.
Yeah, it's very difficult, and you do have to balance. Okay, well, if I do this team this week or this day, then do I have a chance to see them again here down the road? So there is a lot of a balancing act. A lot does play in part to how much help I can get. I tend to try to get more photography help, just because I think that's just serves a great purpose. So if I can get photography help at one game, I try to send those folks close by. I don't like sending them all over different counties or anything. But if I can send, for example, John Althouse to a Jacksonville game or a Northside game, then that kind of helps the coverage. And if I need to call the coach after the game that night, then that helps too. So a lot of that plays a factor. And but yeah, John Oldhouse, Chris, you remember him? He's strengthening. And I don't know if I don't know if you remember. I have another gentleman. His name is Mike Tackett. He's been over me as well for photography. He has a great story. He was one of our full-time photographers back in the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Did a great job. Probably the best photographer we ever had. Stepped away from the media business, was starting doing movies in Wilmington.
Yep.
And one of his movies that he did photography-wise was The Conjuring. So if you look at the movie poster in the tree of that movie, that's his photo. So that's and he got to hold the prop Annabelle doll from the movie. So he has some great stories to share about his experience.
Yeah, actually, he and his brother worked for me at the radio station back in the day.
Cool.
Yeah. So Mike's a very good guy.
Yeah, I did some of those movies too when I was in Wilmington as a contractor. And Lord of mercy, you sit around for hours and hours and hours and hours and wait to do 3 pictures during a break. Holy garbage! No, I got bored.
I think our guest in the studio would like to meet. No, he'd like to meet Mike. Mike would be very good for.
That might be an idea. Yeah. Well, Chris, I got an idea here. You've watched Mission Impossible, the old ones, right? Way back when.
Haven't seen. Oh, I did see a couple episodes, but I just finished the watching all the movies with Tom Cruise, minus the last one that came out not too long ago. But
he doesn't count.
But I am familiar with the series. Yes.
Yeah, the series. Remember they always do these masks and stuff like that they would peel off at the end. What we need to do is get your face, a mask of you, and we can get a bunch of people. You could be at every ball game in the region, just walking around with a notebook in your hand, and everybody would think you were there. What do you think?
A notebook in one hand and a Jimmy John sandwich in the other.
That would not work. Okay, so I got an idea.
If you go to Jacksonville games early enough, they always have that something like a cookout or a barbecue or whatever.
Yeah.
So you get those games early enough, you can get fed pretty good as well. Get some sweet tea before the game as well.
Yep. Yeah, well, I may when it gets cold, I may bring another pot of chili this year. You never can tell.
Well, be sure to bring your hot chocolate.
Oh, absolutely. If they won't let me in with the hot chocolate, I'm protesting.
We don't have to worry about Jacksonville. They're not going to, they're cool with us.
Yeah, they are. Okay. Chris, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, my friend.
You take care.
Talk to you later, Chris.
Chris, we got too many Chris's out there. This is Chris to the left. Chris to the
No,
right.
there's only one Chris.
Yeah.
When it comes to sports.
Well, yeah.
And it's Chris Miller. No, he's an all-around Chris.
You know, they both got the same initials, CM.
We're going back to our guest.
Okay.
We are.
While we've been talking to Chris, I've put all the information, a lot of information
Yes.
about the Lion and Lamb Production Company on our Facebook and YouTube
It's fantastic.
for people that, are interested. And, okay, so tell us about the Lion and Lamb Production Company and what you've got coming up.
Coming up, we have this weekend as well as next weekend. Our second show that we've done is called Very Bothered Saints, VBS. And a lot of people might get that confused with the vacation Bible schools that are going on around the area.
Right.
But ours is an actual show. So we want people to come and see that. It's an original comedy written by our team, my wife, Holly Covey, as well as Hannah Melton and India Mills, new to the writing team. So we're excited to share that story. It's a comedy, and it tells the story of a small southern local church getting ready to put on their vacation Bible school and all the hilarity that ensues following that. And we have so many characters that are just hilarious and larger than life. The character that I play is the volunteer chef, Chef Earl Barnes. He's this big old southern guy and a patriot at heart, and he just does it for the kids.
Can you cook?
Exactly in this show, I cannot. So the recipes don't make any sense.
So
to
that would be
anyone else.
absolutely perfect then for a comedy.
Absolutely.
I got a chef. He can't cook, but I got a chef. I like
But
that.
that's part of the fun, and his recipes don't make sense to anybody else but him. But he does it for the kids. He's got a heart of gold. But hey, we might add that to the menu.
There you go. Gator gumbo will be perfect around here.
Absolutely. But we have opportunity to come on out to 7 o'clock this Saturday or 3 o'clock on Sunday.
Mhm.
If you want to get your tickets online, you can do that through the Facebook page for the Lion and Lamb Production Company.
Lion and lamb.
Absolutely. And make sure you follow us on there for any updates on future shows as well. And tickets right now are $10 for general admission, $15 for VIP if you want to sit a little bit closer to the stage.
Oh,
So if you get
very
advance
good.
tickets, it's that price. If you come at the door, it's $5 more. So we're urging people to go ahead and get their tickets
Sure.
now. And they're starting to sell fast. So please make sure if you're interested in seeing the show to come on out.
Now,
and
where is
see
it?
where.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Richlands is where we are currently. Jesus Culture Church, if you're familiar with Richlands, it's the church that's right next to the Food Line Plaza. We're right there on the right. It's 111 Kinston Highway, if anybody needs to put that into their GPS. But feel free to come see the show. It's going to be a blast. We have original songs for this one as well, written by India Mills, and people have never heard these songs or seen this script
really?
ever before on stage. So
This will be a first.
absolutely.
Yeah. I like that. Who writes the music for you?
Miss India Mills, she's part of
Oh,
the
she's
writing
it?
team as well. Yep, it's going to be a great time, and we hope people will come on out and see a good show.
So original shows.
Absolutely.
God, that makes it really cool.
yes. Now, all of this is faith-based, right?
We want to be faith and family friendly, so we put a little scripture in every show to kind of bring some heart and keep us, grounded in what we believe in.
Is this
Well, that's
your
excellent.
Is this your first?
My second show with the company. We've done other productions before with our team, but as a company, this is our second show.
Okay.
Where do your writers come up with the ideas for a show like this?
A show like this is kind of birthed out of just the imaginative team that we have that's writing the show, and we kind of want to keep things based around, family-oriented things that people can relate to. And that's one of the powers of this show, is that all of the characters, you can find something that you can relate to in each one of them. Whether it's somebody who is a mess in the kitchen like myself, or somebody who is a clean freak like my scene partner. She is a retired sergeant major in the Marine Corps, so she's a handful, but she's a blast to do scenes with. And it's so funny that we can't get through a single rehearsal without cracking up with each other. So I know other people are going to enjoy it and laugh along.
It's like we were talking this week.
Yeah.
You and I could relate to this one particular TV show.
Oh, yeah.
WKRP in Cincinnati. We both work radio so much, and we knew somebody that fit every one of those characters at different times, not all in one station. That would have been crazy, but we knew somebody that fit every one of those characters.
Absolutely.
So I imagine that would be pretty much the same way here.
Yeah, and I want to invite everybody out, because if you haven't seen any of our shows, we just want to get people to come experience what it's like to see live entertainment right in your backyard.
Oh,
Question: the actors, those that are participating, where are they from?
Anywhere local, right here in Richlands, Jacksonville area. We got people not only from the Jesus Culture Church, but other churches as well, who like to come and volunteer their time and efforts. And it's amazing to see how many people actually are curious about the arts and want to put these productions on. So we have people coming from Jacksonville, and we've had other people as far away as outside of Onslow County come in audition for our shows.
That's great.
boy, how does the word spread? How do you get the word out? I imagine in the community type it will spread.
Absolutely. Facebook is mostly where we do all of our production, promotions. But word of mouth has just been our biggest thing. Once people see how good the productions are, they go and tell their friends. Our first production we did, Through Their Eyes, we had pretty good show for our audiences. But the second weekend just came. Everybody was lining up at the door. We had so many more people showing up and wanting to buy tickets because people heard about us and they're like, man, we've really got to go see this. So I urge people, like I said earlier, to get their tickets online because we might sell out. So,
Well, that would be great.
yeah, that would be fantastic.
Standing room only.
So
Oh.
is there intermission?
We do have an
Okay.
intermission for this show, absolutely.
Okay.
So if you need to get some concessions, we'll have
There
those
you go.
available. And if anybody wants to use the restroom, gives them an opportunity to do that as well.
Well, approximately how long is the show?
We're going to look at about a 2-hour show. So it's a good
nice.
value for your
Sure.
money as well.
Do you have any critics?
Not yet. So more than welcome to come.
No, me. I was just thinking about it with your daddy.
He loves everything
I
we've
would
done so
imagine
far.
he'd be a great.
He's probably busy running a camera or something, isn't he?
Lights,
Not this time. He comes and enjoys it.
Good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good
I'd like to
for
hear. I really would like to read what he would write about it. Because I believe he could. I know he could put it into right words.
Yes, he's got a good way with words as well.
So
Wow.
I've known him a long
This
time.
is just awesome. So when you finish this production, you're going to start right away working another one?
We absolutely have a plan for a Christmas time production that's in the works. Not 100% sure where we're going with that one yet, but we are excited to bring something new around Christmas time. So we're going to be auditioning for that
Home
pretty soon,
Alone again.
right after this one is done.
Wow.
No silly questions, but is this an
See,
indoor event?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, indoor and in air conditioning. So
Okay.
keeping our audiences
Well,
Ought to
cool.
be enough
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
So if your air conditioning is broken for $10, you can go sit down for 2 hours and enjoy and get entertainment and enjoy a great show and don't have to worry about the air conditioner.
And for $15, you can sit up real
Real
close.
close.
Absolutely.
See
Right.
the stars.
Now, I see it's written and directed by Hannah Melton, Holly Covey, which is your wife,
Absolutely.
and India Mills. So there you go.
Is
have
that
some-
India or Indian?
India.
India.
Okay.
Yes.
I knew a girl named India. She was working.
We have some local talent here.
I like
we,
that. That's
we
good.
have about 13 people in this cast and a great crew. Backstage crew is all volunteers as well. So
Nice.
we love everybody that gets involved with our productions. We got a great team, and we're very thankful to be, partnered with Jesus Culture Church to let us use their space
That's
to
great.
do these performances and bring them to the
I think
community.
that's a win-win for the community and for the church.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
nice, very nice. And we're lacking so much culture and arts in Onslow County. I mean, we have some, but it's not like it used to be. I mean, we used to have full-length ballets. We used to have all sorts of arts contests. Art by the
If you need a dancer at
it
any time,
just-
All right.
No, my
I said
dancing days.
yes.
I hung my shoes up. But but this is great. And just reading the description about the story itself, very bothered saints. It is cute. It looks like it's going to be a really enjoyable production.
I love comedy. My wife will tell you, and I will sit back and watch comedy on YouTube. Oh,
Yes.
some of it gets raunchy, but some of it is just as funny as it can be.
Absolutely.
I love good comedy.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is great. It's a great, I mean, if the weather's going to be not so nice this weekend, there you go. You've got something to go to, and very inexpensive, very reasonable prices.
Absolutely.
Very reasonable.
When we wanted to put the productions on, we wanted something that people could bring their families to,
Mhm.
bring your kids to. It's
Right.
kid friendly. So
Absolutely, that's the best thing.
you're not going to have any obscenities or anything, and definitely something that has a story to it that people could take home with
A
them.
learning
Right.
experience.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You might even
It
be able to
looks
put
great.
two and two together from your years and years and years on Earth and say, now that's what they meant by that.
Right.
Reading it sometimes it can be hard read.
So, Maurice, let me ask you. So, you do this through the church in Richlands that you mentioned across from Food Line, but do you do your plays at other locations, or is this just right now pretty much?
As of
your
right
home
now,
base?
right there, yes. We would love to, get out in the community eventually, but as of right now, Jesus Culture Church is our
Sure.
home.
Now, what is Jesus Culture Church?
That is our church right next door to the Food Line. Like I said earlier, it is pastored by Bishop T.A. Kavanaugh. He is a fantastic pastor there, and he is young pastor, and we have very busy services. We have 2 services because our first service got so full in the mornings on Sunday. So 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. If anybody wants to come join us for those services on Sundays, more than welcome. And I sing on the worship team on the 9 a.m. service. So feel free to see us there. My wife plays drums. She's a drummer, so multi-talented as well as being a writer, director. She also drums. And I love her for it.
Wow.
That is so cool. So what do you do?
I love to sing on the team.
Cooks.
So
You sing?
yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
wow.
And cooks.
Such talent.
A real cook, though.
Does she ever just get home and get a good beat going on the drums? You just sing to the drum?
Not even until we get home. She's on the way home on the steering wheel.
Oh, Lord.
You should have
get a
brought
good
her
song
in.
She's amazing. We'll bring her by next time for the next show.
Bring us some
Do
drums.
that,
Bring
do
her,
that.
you know, whatever. Or bring a drumstick. She can do the table
Yeah.
because it picks up the mic really well, as you can see her.
Yes, it does. Witnessed by the noise I make.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be happy to accompany her with my kazoo.
There we go.
Oh, I love a kazoo.
Thank you.
I love a kazoo.
I got some pots and pans
Okay.
and a big spoon.
We can make it work, Marcus. What else have you got for us?
Just wanted to make sure that I went over my notes real quick. Where we are right now in this world, it's very important for people to take a moment to sit down and laugh. So I think that's very important that people just take a moment out of their lives. It's so busy with social media and everything that's going on to just, oh my gosh, unplug from your cell phone every once in a while and say, all right, we're going to sit down for 2 hours as a family, come see this show. And it's got a good message and good heart to it. So I think it's important for people to just have that time together as a family.
Chris, I think there were some questions on.
So I was that's why I was asking Maurice about their location and if
Right.
they would, for lack of a better word, take the show on the road to other churches that would like to have that type of faith-based entertainment at their church.
Yeah, definitely talk it over with our design and directorial team, and we'll see what we can do.
Cool. That's your answer.
So who actually started this production company?
This is a brain work between our Bishop Tia Kavanaugh as well as my wife Holly and Hannah and Adam Melton, her husband as well. So those were the original 4 that kind of spearheaded the thing. And Hannah and Holly had written 2 other original productions before that were Bible based, and we did those in previous years. But those were amazing. But my biggest pride of the first show that we did as a company with Through Their Eyes is that we got to give back to our community. We raised funds through the ticket sales that went into 3 different charities here in the area. One of those was the Onslow Pregnancy Resource Center. So we were able to give back to that. We also were able to partner with Onslow County Schools and pay off some of the lunch debt for seniors that were outgoing so that they would be able to graduate and
nice.
get out the door. We also loved to partner with our community. I'm trying to remember the name of it, and it's escaping me right now. It's our outreach that's right in front of, it's the Blessing Shed. I'm sorry. The Blessing Shed that's in front of our church. Many people come by that. And what that is people can come and get essentials, food, hygiene products, diapers for children, stuff like that. You can just drop by, take that from what you need out of the shed. And we've seen hundreds of people come by that shed. Wonderful. And it's always monitored and make sure that everybody's taking what they need and not more than they need. But we definitely have a lot of people who love to donate to the Blessing Shed. And if you're interested in donating for that, there's opportunities to do that. They're also on Facebook. So please, if you're wanting to give back to the community, not only for the show, you can definitely look into the Blessing Shed and give right back there. We have people that come not only from Richlands, but we have people who fill out a little survey sheet and tell us where they're from. And there's people from all over that come and drive just to get what they need. And it's great to be able to see people in need get what they need and give back to them. So we were able to donate, I think it was, my gosh, I think $3,000 to the charities, I believe.
Wow.
So it was fantastic to be able to give back to those 3 charities, and we look forward with partnering with other folks in the future.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
Great job. Is Bishop Kavanaugh, is he related
Excuse
by
me.
any chance to Graham Mercer Kavanaugh?
That's the
over there?
first one I thought of.
Not any that I know of, but he may be.
Is he from around the area?
He is. He grew up right on Catherine Lake Road, I believe, 111, that area.
Yeah.
And his mother, Edna Kavanaugh, is a very
Yeah.
popular pastor as well.
I'm familiar with who she is.
Okay.
Right. Listen, that's something. This is wonderful to have this type.
Local,
Yeah.
and live.
Yes, and being
Like
able.
it. Like it.
Yeah, and the event coming up, the production coming up this weekend, Saturday 7 p.m., Sunday 3 p.m.,
And as well as next weekend as well.
and next weekend as
Okay,
well.
get
So
your
if you
tickets
miss
in
it this
advance. Go
weekend-
ahead. To Facebook, you can get them on Facebook, right?
Absolutely. There's a link on our Facebook page that's zephy.com.
Yes.
You'll follow that link and get your tickets there. And you can choose which show you want to go to as well. So once you purchase your tickets, we'll send you an email.
Well, it looks
confirm.
to be a messy weekend.
Perfect
So,
opportunity to
perfect
get out of the house.
opportunity to go and laugh.
You get tired of looking at that old man, get yourself a couple of tickets. You don't have to sit together.
Are you taking donations in any way for your church or for? I had someone on the social media pages wanting to know what's the address to donate to you.
If you want to make a direct donation, I'm sure if you want to come to the production company that night, we take donations also if you would like. But 111 Richlands Highway, if you want to come to the shows, that would be the main way to do it. I don't think we have anything on our Facebook page yet to take donations,
Right.
but we are definitely accepting.
No, 111 Richlands Highway.
Excuse me,
Kinston Highway
In
is
Richlands
Highway, I was
the
going to say.
address. Yeah, kind of the same,
So
but not.
confusing.
That's where the church is at, right?
That is correct.
I thought somebody was standing behind
When
me.
you're coming from Kinston,
Sure.
is that highway known as a Richlands Highway then?
I'm curious.
That road. I live just down the
It's
road
like
there.
the Burgaw Highway or
Yeah.
the Wilmot.
It goes
you know.
into the 1,000 block, which is called Richlands Highway, and then it becomes Kinston.
Yeah.
But if you're coming from the other direction,
It was the GIS that did that, not the post
Yeah.
office. Don't be blaming the
So-
post office.
Or if you're coming from the other way, it goes from Kinston Highway to Richlands Highway to 24 to 258 to 17 to 24 to 53.
do that again.
And
No,
you know, and that's the weirdest thing. I'm taking away from him. I'm sorry. To be on 24 to turn on to Western, you're actually turning on to 53. And I was
Yep.
like, what?
Yeah.
You know, when they did all that. So anyway, so you're already looking at writing another and producing another production after this. How often will you be having productions?
We probably will be doing them seasonally, so we would like to do one in wintertime. We'll do another one in spring. Summertime, we're looking at potentially some different things coming up next year. We've been in the talks about doing a school of the arts for children so that people
Love
can
it.
come in the summertime when they're not busy with school. They can
Right.
learn about the arts and then
Oh, yeah.
learn how to be on stage and
I think
perform.
we need that. I think
Yeah,
we're
we do.
lacking that.
We don't have enough of it for sure.
No, we don't. Well, this is fantastic, Chris.
Okay, now for actors, actresses, stagehands, whatever work group, folks, I know there are a lot of military dependents here. This is not something that's like forever and ever and ever that you've got to commit to like you would a job.
Right.
This would be a great opportunity for you to bring some talent from other parts of the world, other parts of this country for sure. So look them up. Go to the Facebook page. You might just want to get involved.
We'd love to see more people come and audition for our shows.
Diversity, and diversity.
And it'd be fantastic to see new faces, and we'd love to see new talent as
I
well.
bet Chris Barrett's already.
Oh, yeah.
gosh,
Checking
she'd be
out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And by the way, she's back from Greece today.
Mhm.
Welcome home,
Yay.
Chris. But
Yay,
Love Miss
I
Chris.
bet she would love to get involved in something.
Oh, yeah.
She
And
loves
she'd
the
be a
arts.
good one.
She and I have
Sing.
danced on stage before.
Oh,
Yes.
see, that small world. He knows Chris. That's wonderful.
Mr. Chris is a fantastic friend.
Mhm.
Wonderful.
We're gonna get her in here. I'm gonna corral her.
I know.
handcuff
We
her,
just
bring
need to have
in.
her come in here and just talk about anything and everything because
Yeah,
she's
that's
got
what I want.
stories.
Yeah, just sit down. That
She
way I
has
can rest,
stories.
take a nap.
Yes.
because she can.
Let her run the
She's got
show.
stories.
Let her run the show.
Just go for it. All right, Marcus. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much for
coming
having
in.
me on.
I'm
Appreciate
glad
it.
that you came in, and we're here
information.
open for you at any time you want to come in here for
Just
your
holler and scream.
next production. Talk
Fantastic.
about it. This one sounds like a really cute story. So
Sounds good.
And we hope you guys will
congratulations
come
on
on and see us, and I look forward to seeing you guys on. If not this production, maybe a future one.
Oh, we'll try to get out there this time.
Absolutely.
We got 2 weekends to do it. All right.
We're supposed to be going to Oak Island this weekend, but it looks like it's going to get rained out. So
Oh, you can go.
We'll see.
Take a boat. Life
I
jacket.
thought I needed a boat this morning when I got up and said I had over 12 inches of rain. I was like, what? It's a pleasure to meet you, Marcus.
Thank you,
Very
Marcus.
nice.
You take care.
Thank you.
And the next time you come in, bring your wife with you.
Absolutely. And the, and the drumsticks.
Yes.
Marcus, tell your dad hello.
And you can bring
Thank
the
you.
drumsticks that you cook too. Will be all right.
Oh, good man.
What a nice
Ah,
young
yeah.
man. What a nice young man.
I like
you
that.
know, I like to see things like
Well,
this in the
I've
community.
known the dad, Alan, for a long, long time.
Yes.
Long time back in the 70s.
When he was with WITN
Oh,
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was brand new there with ITN. So that was cool.
Yes, great family there, and this sounds like I mean I love it, and I wish them much success, and I hope to see them build on it.
I would love to see this just become one of those community theater type operations that
That would
just
be
is
great.
booming all over the place. That would be
That would
so
be
cool.
so
I
cool.
would-
Lion and Lamb Production Company,
I like
and
that.
I put all the links on our social media for people to go click on, take a look at, and if you're looking for something nice to do this weekend, there you go. And it's cheap.
I like the titles and the names of some of the production companies and that you see on TV.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
Bad Boys or Bad This or whatever. You know,
Bad
funny
Boys
thing. You wonder how
Production.
they come up with it, but and then in Wellington there was a talent company there that I did some photo work for. They signed a lot of people. It's called FGM. FGM. I said, what does FGM stand for? It's a friend of mine who started it. He said, Fairy Godmother. So,
And for those asking, you can buy the tickets through their Facebook page. There's a link on there for Zelf or something. And he said they start at $10 and go up depending on
$10 or $15. That's
yes.
what you get. And if you go late, you go pay $5 extra.
extra
door.
at the door. So
15 at the door, 15 for sitting up close.
Stephanie. Yes. So that is
I bet she would do well there.
it's cheaper than a movie ticket. It's
Oh,
cheaper
yeah.
than a movie ticket.
Most definitely is.
I love it.
And it's live. It's live. And speaking of live, guess who we have on the phone? We got the one, the only. We have, well, I'm not sure the one and the only.
Yeah.
Which one is it today? Who was it when you left home?
It was Kathy when I left home.
Okay, so Kathy's on the phone still. Kathy, you're still with us?
I am the one and only.
Okay, good. It's Kathy, not Stephanie.
That's right.
We got to check. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
In fact, I was just listening to Marcus, and I made a comment on there that looks like Chris and I have a date for this weekend.
No, there you go. See, she makes plans for you at her.
Yes, she does.
No, somebody needs to.
Oh,
Does she dress you too? Get you dressed right?
The best she can.
No, I don't dress him.
But she can.
Yeah, that sounds like a good deal. So, you know, my daughter's got to deal with a little thing on what you were having to deal with too. I may want you to talk to her one day
Yeah.
because she's got the same doc.
Yeah, Kathy can give her some good advice. and
Oh.
good
Yeah,
words about
she
that
will
doctor.
love him.
Yep. So that's what I relayed you some information from Chris about that. So she
If she
smiled.
needs to talk to anybody, have her give me a call. I'm free to talk to her
Move.
about him. I just loved him. So,
Good. I will do that. So better make her feel better.
Yeah.
Because you know how people are. They get a little apprehensive when they never had to go through something.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
well, that's me. I have white coat syndrome.
So do I.
So, but he is so personable. He just puts you to ease like within the first 2 minutes, and his bedside manner is so relaxing to the patient, and his care and attention to the patient is about the patient. Where a lot of doctors just get you in, get you out.
Yep.
He's not that way.
Good.
So, yes. So, and like I said, that's why called at the surgical center. Matter of fact, they called last night to ask about how the surgery went, and if there was anybody I would like to give kudos to, which I did. I gave kudos to Dr. Ramsey and to one of the nurses out there.
Cool.
So she just was excellent. You know, they're just super over there. They need to detach themselves from Onslow Memorial Hospital. That's what I thought.
I when you said they called you last night, I was going to say they weren't asking you if you found a sponge or anything. So,
I thought they were going to call me and say, "You want to do the other knee?"
anyway, okay. Just a little joke.
Y'all have a great Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. You get to celebrate. Woo-hoo!
Woo-hoo. You got that right. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
See you
Have a
after a
good day.
while.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, have a good day.
You too. Offshore out to 20 nautical miles. Today, northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knot, seas 2 to 4 feet. They're 8 seconds apart. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop. There is a chance of showers and thunderstorms. The forecast as we move forward is subject to change hour by hour at times. Tomorrow's forecast could impact today's weather earlier than tomorrow's forecast is on the table right now. So you just don't know. You need to look at today's forecast, tomorrow's forecast later today before you make tomorrow's plans. Did I do that right?
Yes, you did.
Yes, you
Good
did.
God.
Perfect.
Tomorrow, northeasterly winds 15 to 20 with gusts to 25, seas 3 to 5 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers choppy, showers likely. Yep, and thunderstorms.
Yeah.
And on Saturday, northeasterly winds 10 to 15, seas 4 to 6 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. The seas, they're going to get bigger. You can bet on that, especially in the vicinity of thunderstorms. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop.
Today we have a chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high near 85. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 69. Friday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high near 85, with winds gusting as high as 17 miles per hour. Saturday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 86. And we do have beach advisory through the weekend for rip currents.
Well, there will be rip currents, so just don't. There's
Just don't.
no reason to. Fishermen, yes, go look for the rip currents. Fish just inside the rip current, because that's where the big fish will be waiting for the little fish to wash in. Okay, that's what it's kind of like little inlets there. As of the 8 o'clock advisory a short time ago, we've got this thing out there right now. It's called disturbance number 1. It's got a 30% chance of forming into something called a cyclone over the next 7 days. It is moving. The mass, the primary point right now is off of the South Carolina coast, several hundred miles, and it's not moving this way. That's the good thing that we've got to talk about right now. It's not moving this way. It's moving northeastward. It's going to turn more towards the northeast. And that means it'll go away and goodbye before it develops into something. So that's a good thing. Maybe we'll meet up with Dexter out there. They can have some kids. Dexter is way out there. What? Then down the one that we still got to take a look at. It's a long ways away. It is way down yonder. It's come off the coast of Africa as a wave, and it's moving generally towards the northwest, closer to the northwest. If even the long range predictions are half accurate, it's going to kind of follow in the paths of these other two that's ahead of it, and it will start bending towards the northeast, hopefully, and just get out of our hair.
I love that.
I do too.
Get
So
out.
keep your eyes open, and but be prepared. We're approaching the peak hurricane season for this neck of the woods. It's a month away.
Yep.
September. So take a look at your inventory. Take a look at all the food products. Not that you bought inventory for hurricanes, but I'm sure every time I go to the store, I'll find some cans of stuff that are on sale. I try to put them in order so the freshest stock goes in the back. But and then I cook it all up as often as I can. And then I go buy more. So look and see what you've got. If something's getting ready to expire, go ahead and cook it up. Either eat it or cook it up and freeze it.
Chris, if you didn't
If
know,
you've got a bunch of cans of tomatoes, you can go ahead and make some spaghetti sauce. Even if you make
good.
the beginnings of spaghetti sauce without putting the meat in, you can put all the ingredients in there that you need, freeze that mess, and then when it comes time, drag it out this winter, brown up some hamburger, put it all together, let it marinate for a while. You got some good spaghetti sauce. Little things like that. But be ready to have a plan. If you never been here, haven't been through a storm like this, it's not an earthquake.
Fun.
They come without notice. Tornadoes, they come without notice, and they leave quickly too. Leave a lot of damage behind, but
not a
we don't know.
hurricane. He just wants to sit there and beat on your head for hours.
It can beat you for hours, days beforehand, days after. It just can be there and be there and be there, and you don't know what to do. But during that critical time, you need some food. So, and it's also comfort. Think about comfort food if you got kids around, like your husband. If you may need to get some comfort food for him.
Forget the kids.
Yeah, well, whatever. But just have a plan. Have it written down somewhere. This is what I got to do, and this is where I got to go get the stuff that I need. Don't go buy 20 gallons of milk at any time. You'll never use it. Never use it. And that's just a waste.
Yes.
And you're taking milk from somebody that might need it for their little babies.
I'm going to tell you, when you talk about milk, I just stocked up last week, bought 2 boxes. No, it's got envelopes of dried milk in
powdered milk.
And that's Steve calling. It's powdered milk, but once you add the water and get it cold, you can't tell the difference.
Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can.
No, you might, because you're different about everything. But it's great to use in cooking. Cooking, where it calls for milk.
I use cream.
It's great to use in cooking because I've used it a lot. Like you mash some potatoes, you pour. Yeah. It's just a thought. Try it because
you don't get the powdered potatoes too.
Raver, quit being negative about everything.
I'm realistic.
Realistic.
Steve.
Well, you go to those restaurants and half the stuff they have in there
not
is
the restaurants I go to.
Mm-hmm.
I see their stuff. Steve, do you like powdered milk and powdered potatoes?
Steve, help me out here.
Powdered. How about some powdered eggs?
I did not say anything about powdered potatoes.
I'm lived kind of a sheltered life, guys. I don't know that I've ever had powdered milk in my whole life.
Thank you very much. You were a smart man.
You probably did as a kid and didn't even know.
I doubt it.
Did you, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, probably because there was 5 of us, but not as a grown up. Actually, no, I haven't. But I'll give it a shot.
I tried it because I was just like, okay. And I'll tell you what, I will make a quart of it and put it in the refrigerator and get it nice and cold. And I can't tell the difference. Of course, my milk is 0% anyway.
Oh, you got water there with some white.
No, I'm so used to it. Yeah. It doesn't bother me.
I remember when I was a kid, the Pine State man bringing milk.
I remember the Mayola man.
My mama was the secretary for Mayola.
Mayola man would hit on the door and holler, "Milkman!" Walk in with a metal rack and glass bottles. Those tops on those glass bottles were bare to get open too. The little things you had to pop up
egg
for
and
a
butter.
Kid. But then put it in the refrigerator for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my mother was the bookkeeper secretary for Mayola Milk here in Jacksonville.
It quit coming when I got older because I always, walked around the house naked. So,
Steve, what did you say? What was the name of your milk company?
Pine State.
Pine State. Never heard of it.
Seal Test, Pine State, Mayola, Coble was right up here too.
Yeah. Yep, Coble was right up here on Commerce.
Their milk carton.
Mayola was on Sanders Street.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, what's on your mind, Steve?
I heard Chris talking this morning. Said he did some research on Bondi and her saying the list, and I guess we've established that now that she did say it.
Yeah, 4 times.
But that wasn't. I was gonna say, and it's probably more than that, but at least 4.
Yeah.
But that really wasn't the point I was making. That was a side note. The point I was making is that they were promoting releasing the Epstein files like it was the blockbuster movie of the summer. And they were. And then for some reason they did a 180-degree turn and now we're trying to act like everybody's stupid for asking why. And they've lit their own fire here. And I heard you mention yesterday about the the subpoenas that were sent out to all the former administration officials?
I know that the Clintons both got one. And there was some.
I know. I heard of some. All the ones I can remember, the Clintons, for obvious reasons.
Right. What I was going to say is, I think you said yesterday that the DOJ had issued those subpoenas, and it was actually the House Oversight Committee, and James Comer is the one that signed them.
Yes.
And that, again, is pouring gas on this fire from a Republican. And, Mike Johnson shut down the House a week early, recessed it so that they wouldn't have to deal with this stuff. And James Comer's going around behind him and still holding committee meetings and issuing subpoenas. Isn't that just...
It's a mess. It's
puzzling. Isn't that puzzling? What's going on? All Republicans doing that.
It is puzzling. No, and thank you for correcting me on that. I apologize for the misinformation that I did. But it is puzzling why you have one person doing something behind somebody else. I'm not sure you really want to. I want to say behind his back. It's public. He's doing it, and everybody knows he's doing it.
Doing it in spite of.
Right. Well, that's why I say going around him, and obviously they're not on the same page. It doesn't appear to be. But the point I was making yesterday is that Republicans are the ones that are keeping this alive. They're the ones that's pouring fuel on this fire. Bondi releases a video of supposed to be the raw footage of Epstein's prison cell showing no one went in.
Oh, the minute. That minute on the clock.
I think that was released.
Right, and it lost a minute on the clock, and and then she came out and said that no, that's the way the cameras do every night. It resets, and of course they opened the file and they can see that it was edited with Adobe Premiere. You can see that in the metadata. Anytime editing software is used, it leaves an imprint in the file, and so once again, you're giving this to people who are conspiracy theorists. It's their followers that were, they gave it to show it to them, and it's missing a minute, and it's been edited. Who signed off on putting that out and saying it was raw video footage? It don't make no sense. It's like they're sabotaging themselves.
The only thing I off the top of my head, Steve, one thing I get is when the television news reporters go and from sources.
Yeah.
We have some sources that have told, but you don't know who the source. They're not going to tell you the sources are. But
it was Chris Marks. It could be. The unnamed source. It could be Chris Marks. It could be Lee. It could be me. It could be whoever. But as long as they don't name them, you can't discredit them. Their sources, right?
Yeah. I wish the whole thing would, as much as I'd like to say I wish it would all go away, I don't know that it'll ever go away, even after his term is up.
Well, we're still talking about Hillary's computer, so.
Well, and like I say, if you look at who keeps pouring gas on this fire, it's the Republicans.
So why do you think that is?
I'm puzzled. I don't really understand. I'll be honest with you. Like I say, if I was trying to read the tea leaves and say where this path is leading, it has the appearance that they're trying to throw Trump under the bus. And that don't make no sense.
How would that benefit the Republicans? Any of the Republicans?
I don't understand that. That's why I'm saying it don't make no sense. There's a piece of this puzzle that's missing for sure, but it's the fact that they're doing it, and then they're not addressing the fact that they're the ones that keep pouring gas on this fire. They act like it's the media, like it's the Trump actually came out and said all these Republicans are doing the Democrats' work for them, and I thought that was an interesting comment to make. But now the Democrats are on board with wanting it to all come out. They never really were before, but I think it's just because now that the Republicans act like they don't. I say they act like they don't want it to be seen, but then you got Comer who's doing what he's doing. It don't add up. Something's missing.
I think we just need to get somebody out there who can find where that little P is, under what nutshell it is under, because we don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. I don't even know that it's there. You know what I mean?
Well, if there's nothing in the files, then that's a good reason to let go of the files. If they're holding them with white knuckled hands, then chances are there's something they don't want. But once again, there's a whole unknown there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say for sure one way or the other, but it sure makes me suspicious. Get out.
If they would agree, somebody in charge were to agree to release the files, here are the files. Go for them. Mm-hmm. Non-redacted files.
I was just going to say, unless you
hold on. Let's suppose they hand you a list of non-redacted, unredacted files. Would you believe them that they were not manufactured after the fact? Nobody would.
It's hard to not suspect corruption at every turn.
So then at this point in time, is it best to just say, let's move on?
I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest with you, Rayford.
Do you think you're going to get to do you think anybody will be satisfied who is not satisfied or happy today about it? Do you think under any condition there is anything that will be done, not that they should do, that will be done that will satisfy us? And I included me in that. I said us.
I got you. There's so many unknowns. I don't really know how I would answer that.
Okay, I can tell.
And I can't predict. I can't predict what's going to come out, and what does come out, what that impact that's going to have.
Yeah,
that's a lot of unknowns to try and make a call on that for me.
I at this point in time, and after this number of years, I don't think there's anything, because we've been through we went through 2 administrations here, 2.5. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure that there's anything. Oh, God knows, just at the upper echelon of the FBI itself, and then at the political hacks in the DOJ, the attorney generals. I don't know. That's not the kind of world that I've ever worked in. Look,
the only thing that I know for sure, at least hearing from stories, Prince Charles did a settlement with somebody
just to make them leave him alone.
And if a list came out and it listed the top 100 richest people in the world that visited the island, politicians, businessmen, leaders of other countries, not sure what it's going to really accomplish.
And
they're all pigs.
I can't dispute that with you, Chris, because once again, it's unknown. But what is kind of on the plate right now for me is that put the Epstein thing aside.
Yeah.
The administration said they were going to do A. They ran on subject A. They promoted for months that they were going to, do subject A, and then they did a 180-degree turn with no real good explanation and telling us that we're stupid for asking questions. That troubles me. It don't matter. It could be about Epstein. It could be about anything. That's the way they're treating it, the way they're handling it is what bothers me.
Well, the good thing is I don't have to decide who not to vote for next go round yet.
No.
It won't be Trump either way. I won't vote for or against him. All right, we went, and I got one more story to get out of here.
Guys.
Thank you,
All right, Steve. Have a blessed day.
Tragedy yesterday there in Fort Stewart. You ever been down there?
Oh God!
I just can't imagine. Can't see how it can happen, but I guess it does. 5 soldiers, Fort Stewart Army Post. That's just southwest of Savannah. I've been there. Were wounded yesterday. Their assailant, another soldier, was tackled by several other soldiers and held for military police. Happened about 11 o'clock or so in the morning on the post. Investigators don't know what sparked the attack, or at least they're not saying yet. The accused was never deployed. This is some facts that came out. He's been in the Army since January of 2018. All 5 soldiers are okay. 3 did require surgery. The man accused in the attack is 28-year-old guy. He's Cornelius Radford, a U.S. Army active duty automated logistics sergeant from Jacksonville, Florida. He's believed to have used a personal handgun. Radford had no disciplinary issues in his career, not with the Army. He was arrested by civilian police in the spring, charged with driving while impaired and failing to obey traffic control devices. In other words, he ran a red light or a stop sign. His higher-ups apparently were not aware of those charges. I don't know how. I'm sure his immediate higher-ups were, because they get the word.
Yeah,
you go to jail, you get the word of it. The civilian authorities always alert you. But I don't know. You know, they're investigating. They're talking to him. Did he just crack? He can't go doing screaming a PTSD routine because of combat duty or foreign duty or being deployed or whatever. He's not on that kind of a schedule to be anything like that. And it's not like it's brand new. He's been there 7 years in the Army, over 7 years. Personal matters. Was he coming up for knowing that he's got to go to trial for this May DWI? On him? Is he just like, I know they're going to kick me out. I know I just can't stand it anymore. And brought a personal handgun on post. So,
did you go in and some of his social media where he's like flipping everybody off, and he's all right. Once again, mental issues.
There's been something to happen to make that happen, though. This just didn't happen. I did not see anything that he's married. Did you?
No,
I didn't.
Okay, did not.
That doesn't mean he doesn't have a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. Could be that kind of an issue. I don't know. It said that no disciplinary action taken against him by major anything. So I don't know. That couldn't be anything he was rebelling at. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. There's millions of things it could be. I guess it would be nice to know. And what are you going to do about it? Probably nothing you can do about it. You cannot stop the people who are having issues. You can try to help them, identify it, try to help them. And I suggest that with everybody. You find somebody that looks like they're or acts like or doing whatever, you don't know what they're going to go and do.
True.
Intercede as best you can if you're friendly. If they're friendly to you, you're friendly to them. Don't put yourself in harm's way, but seek help for them. If you realize, I haven't run across anybody that knew there was anything yet. I'm sure some of his buddies will be talking, but they haven't yet.
Well, the good thing is the 5 soldiers that were shot, and there were no fatalities.
That's going to be good.
They're all going to recover. That's great.
3, I believe. Was it 3 that had surgery? Yeah. So, but you're going through a base. I go through the one here, Camp Lejeune, however you want to do it. You show me your ID, you're gone. You go through the gate. They have no idea. The MPs don't have an idea if you're carrying
they don't.
anything.
You can't legally do it. Yeah. So that's one of the things.
Just don't get caught.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, people that are going to break the law, they don't care about the law. No. You've got to understand that. If you're going to, if you're going to go rob a bank, you don't care whether you're carrying an illegal weapon or not, do you? Huh.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the stories that come out of this as to why he did what he did.
Yeah, it's going to take a little while, I think.
Yes.
Unless they can find something that's not pointing fingers at the Army. If they find something not pointing fingers at the Army, they will release that very quickly.
Right.
If it's pointing fingers at, self-inflicted type stuff, then
it's going to come down to mental illness and he needs counseling, because every excuse these days to be used for doing something horrendous has been mental health.
Well, there's going to be something to be said for that, because mental health weighs in a lot of ways. Maybe there's some, I don't know. Substance abuse people have mental illness. They have mental issues.
Yes.
The guy was arrested for DWI. Is that a routine for him? Does he drink, overdrink? Does he whatever? Mm-hmm. You don't know. No. You just don't know what.
Well, the Secretary of the Army is due to visit there today, so hopefully and see if anything.
Yeah, and if it's an isolated incident, that's one thing. You're never going to stop that.
No.
You can do what you can, try to help with everybody, but give everybody counseling on the post is just one of those stupid things.
It's just really, really sad. So,
Okay. It's sad, very sad.
yes.
I'm going to
Cheer
do
up,
this one
world.
anyway. A man spent a week in an out. I wish I had this one with Dr. Rose the other day. A man up on the Outer Banks, he's been in a hospital for a week after a small cut on his leg turned into a Vibrio vulnificus infection. That's called the flesh-eating disease.
Okay. Yeah.
There was bacteria, and that stuff can destroy tissue and become deadly in just as little as 48 hours. New information from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. This is disturbing. Shows 59 such illnesses and 1 death in North Carolina through the 31st of July this year. 59 illnesses of this. I didn't know it was happening. That's the second highest midsummer total in 5 years. Microbiologist, her name is Rachel Noble at the UNC Chapel Hills Institute of Marine Sciences, says sea surface temperatures off Cape Hatteras, I will say further than that, up and down the entire coast, have held in the mid-80s this summer, roughly 2 degrees above the 30-year average, and that warmer winters no longer knock the bacteria back. The bacteria comes and it goes. It comes in the summer times, it gets wiped out in the wintertime with cold water. Water temperatures have not been overly cold. This combined with heavy rain, which dilutes salt levels in sounds and tidal creeks, while runoff feeds all the stuff. Right? As Lee has noted here, surface seawater temperatures remain high, setting records. The brackish back, it's not the ocean right there, out there, that's the problem. It's those brackish backwaters. Where they're brackish mixture of fresh and salt water, and with lots of rain, there's more fresh water than there is salt, way up. And that's where this bacteria breeds. Warm, and those waters are shallow and it's warm, and they're just like petri dish, here we come. Problems with that as far as further downriver, as far as in the rivers where people go tubing and water skiing in the quiet waters, that salt water is further down, not way up. And the salt works on bacteria, by the way. But the further down it gets, all this bacteria and ends up close into shore along the beaches where all these people go. You got a cut. You get in this water. You get the bacteria there. Strong suggestion. When you get out of the water, when you go to the beach, shower off right there at the first freshwater site. That's first. As soon as you get home, and don't waste a lot of time, get home. Hot water, soap. Wash everything that you got. You got sores, you got cuts, you got little spots there where the mosquitoes have caused you or fire ants have bitten you. Those are orifices that this mess can get into, and this gets inside, is worse than the fire ant. Clean it. Put bacitracin, neosporin, whatever, anything you can. Peroxide's great initial treatment. Those are some suggestions. So we might talk to Dr. Rose about that again next week. That's a lot of cases.
It is to not hear about them.
To have not heard a word about them.
Yeah.
And one of them died, 1 death. Okay. All right. For you MS-13 gang members, they're coming for you. They jumped a bunch into Home Depot yesterday in Los Angeles. Yeah, they were operating in there, and ICE went in 7 o'clock in the morning, and they rented trucks, big trucks. They didn't use their trucks, and the SWAT team members were hiding inside. They jumped and they grabbed. The greatest piece of video I've seen was this big ICE guy from behind walking didn't have handcuffs on him. He didn't care. He had them by the scuff. They were short people. He's probably 6'5". I'm looking at the video. He had each one in each hand, and he was walking them out. That was a cool piece of video.
I saw that video. I saw when I showed up, everybody just started running and scattered, like turning the light on in a bug-infested house.
They got 16 of them.
they just, and I
And
was
this
like,
is the same place that the mayor came out a couple of weeks ago and said, get out of my town,
Yeah.
get out of my
well,
town.
you would think they would know better than go to the Home Depot because this is not the first time that
Oh.
they've gone to the Home Depot
You know what?
parking lot.
You ever been
They've
squirrel hunting? No. I go to underneath a hickory tree.
Squirrel.
I go underneath a hickory tree, sit out there, and don't even move. I can shoot squirrels all day long from that hickory tree because they're so stupid. They keep coming back to the same place. Sorry, it's like hunting on a baited field.
I gotta go home and watch day number 4 in this
Yeah.
trial.
I got to go up there and eat some food and take a nap.
Guy's
Me too.
guilty.
Okay. I appreciate it. We're nuts. Y'all are.
Speaking of squirrels,
No. We'll be back tomorrow morning. If the creeks
I
don't,
think
don't rise.
yeah, if I don't get 12 more inches of rain tonight,
Yeah, don't do that. You're rowing a boat.
I was like, get out the life preserver.
We'll talk about it. You got plenty of time. You could go study.
I have set
You've
aside
only got 3 weeks to get it done.
at least an hour a night, which is stretched in usually to 2 or 3 to study. And as soon as I finish that, then I can take my Skywarn training, finish it.
That means
Weather
turn off
spot.
everything, all your electronics, everything except your study
No,
stuff.
I cannot concentrate
Okay.
that way. I have to have a little bit of something in the background, even though I'm
Here's
not
what I'm going to be
listening.
doing. I'm going to start sending you questions.
Uh-oh.
Go right ahead, because you're going to
to
get the correct answers when I send it
I
back.
want it
I
back.
know how
I
to
want
do
it back.
that.
I want it back immediately.
Top test.
That's fine.
You got 3 seconds.
I might have been in the bathroom, or I might have been
Take your
cooking.
phone with you.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
All right. We'll see you in the morning, y'all. Have fun.
Have
Be
a
safe.
blessed day.
Yeah, that too. You're live and local Real Talk. I had something to say. I'll wait till the mics go off. You're live and local Real Talk where we're awake. I'm not saying never woke. We'll see you in the morning. Bye.